Welcome to the Fortify experience, where I will be sharing with you a pass through a simple process that's personalized for you to help you quickly free yourself from feeling criticized. Because negative feelings can stop you from feeling better about who you are or the circumstances you're in, and they can keep you from moving forward on a positive path. So now, what are the lasting negative effects of feeling criticized? Well, it can stop you from feeling your good qualities. It can also add to an inferiority complex, and it can also stop you from being able to point out alternative positive solutions to others. Now, during this process, you're going to be filling in 7 blanks from A through G. So have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil handy so you can write down your answers. And if at any point during this video you need extra time to complete these statements, feel free to pause the video. And if at first you have trouble thinking of your own specific examples, feel free to use the examples in this video as your own, because it'll still work. So let's begin the process. The first step is to fill in the blank to the statement, the thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling criticized, is B. Now write down feeling criticized for your A, and then write down why it specifically bothers you for B. So it could be something like, it makes me feel ashamed of myself for not being perfect. Or maybe others get away with worse mistakes. Or another thing could be, I'm immobilized and I can't fight back. So now the statement again is, the thing that bothers me the most about A, feeling criticized, is B. So write down your own personal B. The next statement is, the reason this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. So now examples could be, makes me feel inferior, or makes me feel furious, or it makes me feel destabilized. This is your uncensored, real, underlying feeling. So fill in your personal C for the statement, the reason this bothers me is because it makes me feel C. So now we're going into step 3 now, where this is the key to the ingenuity and the effectiveness of the Fortify process, because it's here that we're going to uncover the specific positive aspect within you that's unintentionally being ignored, dismissed, dishonored, or forgotten in this situation. This positive aspect is something that you love, value, or respect about yourself, and you know to be true about yourself, and it's what's missing when you're feeling that feeling C. So the statement is, the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D, where D is some aspect of yourself that's not being used or honored in this situation. So for example, you might say, I love my cat and my cat loves me. Or another example could be, I'm a reasonable person. Or another one, it would be, I want to feel secure and self-confident. So the statement, again, is the fact that I feel C demonstrates that the positive thing I love, value, or respect about myself is D. So fill in your personal D. Now in step 4, it's time to fortify D in your mind-body system. And this is easy because you simply remember a time in your life when you were activating and using that D, that positive aspect that you discovered in step 3. These are memories that remind you that you have been able to trigger that positive aspect D naturally and automatically in other situations in your past. So the statement is, I know D because E. So now search your memory and find any pattern or circumstance in any area of your life that confirms the fact that you possess that positive attribute D. Now at this point there could be many examples, but try to stick with the simple ones because they can be the best. So an example could be, my cat jumps in my lap all the time. Or another example could be, I collect all the facts before I make a judgment. Another example could be, I want to be able to stand up for myself. So now you fill in your personal E for, I know D because E. Now in step 5, it's time for you to think of a specific time when you experienced that positive value in the past. The statement is a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. So examples could be watching TV last night with my cat. Or could be when I counted my change before accusing a clerk of shortchanging me. Or it could be something like when I stopped someone from cutting in line. So again, the statement is a specific time when I really felt the strength and power of E was F. So now fill in your personal F. So now we go into step 6. Now remember back to that time F, and we want you to get in there and re-experience that whole event and feel what it felt like, and really feel how good or strong it made you feel. Feel the inner strength from that experience that makes you feel inspired, empowered, or really, really good about yourself. And make that feeling really strong. And then double it. And now triple it until you can feel that feeling completely vibrating throughout your entire body. And now identify in a word or two, what's the underlying real strength there? The statement is the underlying real strength that made F so powerful for me was G. Now, examples could be, I was feeling at peace. Or another one could be, I was feeling in control of myself and the situation. Another one could be, assertiveness. So now fill in your personal G. And now we go to step 7, the copy process. This is where you're going to embed or copy that real strength G from another time in your life into that bother that you started out with. So now focus on that powerful real strength feeling G in your body and hold on to it. And now make it really strong. And now take that feeling and double it. And now triple it until you can feel that feeling vibrating completely and totally throughout your entire body. And now imagine taking some of that powerful energy G and putting a ball of that energy into one of your hands while still holding on to that powerful energy G in your body, and feel that energy pulsating in your hand. And so now as you hold a ball of that powerful positive energy G in the one hand, remember what that old feeling C felt like? Take and put a ball of that energy C into the other hand. And now we're going to be going through a powerful neurolinguistic programming technique that's really, really powerful and super effective. We're going to use that ball of positive energy G that's in our one hand as a solvent that will completely dissolve that negative energy C in your other hand. So as you bring these balls of energy together, start noticing how the positive energy G can literally start dissolving that negative energy as they start to come together. And keep mixing that solvent of positive energy G in with the negative energy until all of the C energy is completely dissolved and all you can feel is that positive energy of G. And it feels so good. And keep doing that until the G is completely dissolves the other feeling. Whew. So now let's see how you did. Start a new list and write down your original A. So using the same A as you used before, complete the following statement. The thing that bothers me about A, feeling criticized, is B. Now write down your new B. Now you may be surprised that your new B is different from your original B. And this is fantastic because when this happens, it proves that your previously hidden inner strength has both been activated and installed into that negative issue that you started out with. Otherwise, your B would have been the same as it was before. This is the uniqueness of the Fortify process. It proves that your state of mind has progressed because it validates that you have transformed and shifted yourself into a different and perhaps more powerful state of mind or a more peaceful state of being. And this is a benefit that you can't get from any other technique. So at this point, if you've not yet been able to answer nothing for B, then all it means is that you can simply come back and do more passes through the Fortify process so that you can find and stack additional positive inner strengths into that negative situation. And each time you come back, you will be using a newer B until you can finally answer nothing for B, or until you're satisfied with the progress that you've already made. Now, depending on the complexity of the issue, I have gone through numbers of passes through Fortify before I could finally answer nothing for B. But that's when I'm able to really feel relieved, because that's when I just don't feel the same grip or sting of that original situation. And not only that, but I can see myself feeling more in control, more self-confident, and recognizing options and inner strengths that I didn't realize that I had before, or that I forgot that I had. And when you just don't feel the same anymore, imagine how different things can be when similar situations come up in the future. Can you imagine how good you can feel having overcome situations in which you felt criticized in the past? You might wind up being much more surprised than you can imagine. And not only that, but by activating and embedding those previously hidden positive inner strengths, you have also boosted your self-esteem and your self-image for that situation. And this is something that can't be taken away now that your real strengths have been brought into your conscious awareness. And don't be surprised if you find yourself exhibiting those real strengths in other areas of your life too, because now you're consciously aware that you have those real strengths, and that means you'll now be able to use them to your advantage. For me, it's always fun and eye-opening to do the Fortify process because it makes me feel good to find and activate inner strengths that I forgot that I had. I hope you have surprising and rewarding insights about yourself like I have had. Fortify is a tool that both identifies and exposes ineffective patterns as it reveals and activates untapped potentials. And it gets you to feel better fast about who you are and who you want to be in ways that you never expected or never even dreamed about. So now, as we thank you for joining us, we suggest that you take a look at the other videos that we cover in our YouTube videos to see what might apply to other areas of your life. And please tell your friends and family about our videos, because you never know who that they can help. And they're all free with no strings attached. We would love to hear about your Fortify experiences, so send your comments to thefortifyexperience@gmail.com. And also check out our Facebook page and the Fortify Kindle book on Amazon.com by clicking on the links below. And please subscribe to our channel so that we can keep you informed of new videos and new information. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.